Yo, what up everybody? It's Casper. Welcome back to another Sinatra review. Today we're going to be looking at a TV miniseries that I barely got to, and I'm talking about Chernobyl. So let's get straight to it. Heard a little preview from my brother and he told me about what it was about, heard about it, and didn't know too much detail. And the fact that he made a TV series about it, he said that honestly I might like it. The more I heard about the background, I was like, yo. It's a 2019 TV show. It's directed by Johan Renck and it's written by Craig Mazin. I didn't know that he directed and wrote the superhero movie with Drake Bell. He did a very terrible movie, killing it now, doing Chernobyl, and he's helped writing The Last of Us, involved with The Hangover Part 2, Hangover Part 3. It was a very huge shock to know that he's one of the people responsible for Chernobyl, so that's actually wild. This TV miniseries has 5 episodes. From the first episode, it basically just takes off and just senses of get introduced with the plant workers. They're working already. You also see the firefighters approaching and dealing with this fire at the power plant. One thing that I liked about it is that the time cards in episode 1 make it flow so much better. Another thing that caught my eye was just how crispy the camera angles and the cinematography for episode 1. I thought it was absolutely amazing. It was incredible. From the close to the reaction, all of it seemed real. So the acting seemed real, the writing was on point. There's some parts in episode 1 where you're actually hearing them talking their language over there. Cinematography was on point. A lot of standouts from here. Everything was crispy, from the fires to the arms peeling off, all the blisters. Literally your body is peeling and ripping apart. The effects and the blood was on point. Like I was saying, this episode is with the plant workers and the firefighters. You know, they're putting their lives at stake, trying to control this explosion, not even knowing what really is going on. You got the main bosses telling them to go down there to explosion just to fix valves, put water into the valves, the main energy core. And it's ridiculous how you see all this corruption with the bosses. This happened in April 1986 at the Soviet nuclear power plant. I really like how Chernobyl is giving out these facts that really happened. The more I'm getting into detail with this and knowing the facts about this show, characters in here are real characters that happen in real life. So these actors are portraying real characters. Couple made up characters just to fill the energy and fill the room. The facts being involved with this and then the acting, very on point. See a lot of perspective in episode 1. Another perspective you see is with the girl and the firefighter. I thought that was a unique perspective because you see an all-around story of what was happening. I love the angles that this show started off with. I'm expecting the next episodes just to have more dialogue or slower scenes, just to have more character involvement and see character development as well. I really like how you can see how corrupt the bosses were back then. They did not care. They did everything they can just to keep everything on the low and made these workers work crazy torture labor. The detail was good. I thought how it was portrayed all on point. The extra detail with the workers when they're going around this power plant, not knowing that this whole power plant is chemically radiation everywhere, infected, touching the walls, touching these metal doors, everything. I thought the detail was real, and I like the slow build up on how body just deteriorates with all this radiation. I also like the scene where the firefighters approaching the nuclear plant, not knowing what is going on. The costume design on point. The more I just see history from back then, the more I'm like, wow, that's very unique on just their uniform, unique on just the cars in general. How even phone calls, there's a couple phone calls in this episode on just people talking to each other. It's like seeing perspective like that, and I thought they did a very good job on portraying that on episode 1. See the main boss in here as well. The attitude with all the bosses seemed real and it seemed legit. When they're all in a room having a meeting, another main boss, he's an older, the mafia don, he has a cane. Him talking, you can tell that he's just the dude, everything has to go through that dude. The way you thought he was on the good side in senses of trying to protect the people, the mind twist and how it just flipped and he's like, no, we're not gonna let anybody know about this, cut off all the phone lines, and no one's leaving this city. The writing in here, like I said, man, Craig Mazin on point with just knowing how to the direction for this, like, it just made me like, wow, dude directed superhero movie and wrote it. A lot of good actors in here. The more I'm into this TV show, the more I'll get used to these actors throughout this TV show. But everybody in here for me is standing out equally. Everyone here is on point. First episode is the type of episode that makes you want to know the real history of what happened. Can't wait to get to the second one, and the rest of this just kept me thinking on just like, damn, that was so crazy. Imagine what really went down. Eye-catching detail, crazy. There's a scene where the city wants to see the power plant from a bridge because they can see the power plant explosion from a bridge. The whole city's there and everyone's there enjoying it because it looks like a show, not knowing that the ashes from there is affecting these people. And the slow motion scene, that right there was intense. Man, that was an inspiration on how they shot that. The build up on just knowing that this TV show is about to be very, very grimy. When you see the bird fly to end the first episode, the excitement is real, and I cannot wait to get to the episode 2. First episode was an adventure. For the first episode, out of 10, I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10. So that's my review for the first episode of Chernobyl. Like and subscribe for more videos like this one, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.